out bubbles when I speak. I'm a freak, because Jesus, he died for me. I'm unique, there is only one of me. I'm complete, so I really don't care what you think of me. I'm a geek.
So we're just gonna jump into some art tonight, you know? So I started working on the comic for my wife and I. I'll show you a little bit about where I am. Oh man. Alright, let's change the view here. We're just gonna jump straight into it, okay? I figured I was gonna work on this anyways, and what better way to do that than to spend some time with yeah. Podcast, but I'm a master universe since we're listening to That's right. You are a massive He-Man fan. For those of you who don't know, Locke is a massive He-Man fan, and he has Tigra. Is that the name of He-Man's Battle Cat? No, it's just called Battle Cat. That's right. He has a plush toy or a blow-up toy, like something that you sit on, a Battle Cat from when he was a kid. So I thought that was really funny. Not funny as in haha funny, but funny as in ha, that's cool. Sorry, I should have done this before I started the stream. Yep, I apologize. I know you don't want to look at my hand, even though that's a really clear shot of my hand. It's because I moisturized. Okay, let's, there we go. Alright, so let's straighten this out just a tad. Alright, so, first things first. This is the first page of my comic, and I'm going to walk you through a little bit. That was a clean shot. Seal, fingerprint. That's messed up. Too bad it was my palm. I'm just joking. Alright, so this is the first page of the comic. So you get past the cover, past all the intro stuff. This is the first page, and I'll walk you through kind of what the scene is. So the gist of the comic is my two kids, Lily and Adam, are being ungrateful, right, for the amount of toys that they have. And they're talking about wanting new toys, and they leave their toys laying around, and this monster comes into their playroom and starts stealing toys. So they have to go into the monster's realm, fight him, and free the toys. And in the process, they learn a lesson about being grateful and all that stuff. So this starts off with a front shot of Lily and Adam watching TV. They're kind of looking like zombies. It flips the camera around, and you see them. You see what's on TV. It's a commercial for a toy, like a mermaid type toy. Sorry, I'm getting my pencil. The next shot is Lily freaking out, saying, "I want that." The next shot is my wife turning off the TV. Then the kids freaking out, screaming, "Ah, what are we doing?" And then my wife, not impressed, just basically like, "Okay, go away." So this is what we got. This is what I drew the other night. So just looking at these side by side, I'm really proud of this, by the way, guys. My dream ever since I was little was to be a comic book artist. So this is my first ever comic book page that I've done, and I'm just really proud of it. So you got the two kids watching TV looking like zombies. You can turn around, and it's got the TV with the mermaid toy. You got Lily freaking out, talking about "I want it." You got the remote turning off, the kids freaking out, and then my wife is just not impressed. So we are going to be working on this page tonight, and we are going to be working on inking it. Now that part is out of the way, let us start, shall we? Alright, so I hope everybody's having a great evening. I'm having a good evening. This is my first time ever inking a page of a comic, so it is really hot in my office right now. Thank you so much, Dee. I really, really appreciate it. It means a lot. So I'll try to do this where you guys can see this. And what I'm going to do as far as the process goes on this is I'm going to traditionally ink this, and then I'm going to scan it in and kind of touch it up a bit. chair keeps sliding down. Whoa, that's not it. It's this one. There we go. Man, I need a new chair. I need a new chair so bad. All right. So come in here with some of these things. Boop, 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 boop. All right, and now for the kiddo. Actually, let me keep going the background at the time. So one thing that I have learned is that the further in the background you go, the thinner, or the thinner the line, right? Because if you look at nature, as stuff gets further away from you, it's less detailed. So that's what I'm gonna strive for. And I'm gonna be turning this page all sorts of ways. So I'm gonna apologize in advance. This pen is not drawing, of course. Of course it's not drawing. Let me see if I have another one. Nope, I'll just have to use one, which is okay. Not a problem. There we go. It all works out. All works out in the end. Alright, I'm going to draw these kids while that background ink is... Sorry, I might like not take a breath for a second. I'm still here with you. Just some of this I'm gonna fix in Photoshop. I need to get really close to this. All right, so let us finish background. Sorry, I'm gonna again. I'm gonna keep flipping this over and over. So apologizing in advance for the seasickness. I want them to kind of look like they're drooling, like they're zombies. So that's what that's all about. All right. So D, other than you being sick, which sucks, how have you been? Anything exciting happen? These are supposed to be basically pictures on the wall, kind of deal going on. Guess I can do this one too while I'm at it. Still working on setting up my new place. It's taking a lot longer than I anticipated because I've been so limited by health, but it's going well. Awesome. Awesome. Did you move like into a house and into an apartment? It's awesome you got a place of your own. Alright, sweet. I think I might add a plant in here too. Let me actually, I don't want that. It's a house share, so I have the bottom floor, and the landlord lives upstairs, so the whole yard and garden is shared, and more importantly, not my responsibility to maintain. Hallelujah. But I have all my own indoor space and garage. Dude, that's sweet. It's the first time I haven't had to share a kitchen, and I love it, dude. That's so awesome. Well, congrats on that, man. That's so cool. Just putting a plant behind them. I can fix that post-production. Told her I would give her a necklace. She really wanted that, so. So now that we've got that, I'm gonna come in here and erase. Man, that looks so much better. Okay. All right, so now we gotta come in here and do the second scene. And since it's close, I'm gonna do, actually, you know what? I'm gonna start off with the thinner one. Just stretched and pulled my whole shoulder. Ugh. So I was setting up. Everything is taking so long. I probably should be resting my arms, so I'll be lurking for a bit. Thank you. All right, cool. Thanks for popping in, D. Really appreciate it. Rest up. Epsom salt. Telling you, if you haven't done that already or you're not familiar with that, Epsom salt baths, man. They're legit. Legit. Hey Dawnbringer, so I am actually working on a comic that my wife and I have created. We're doing a comic for our kids. I've always wanted to be a comic book artist. I've been drawing for probably 30 years, and I've never had the guts to do a comic. So this is our first comic. So this is the first page. I penciled the page the other night, and right now I'm just working on just some traditional inking, just outlining for the most part, and then I'm going to be scanning it in and doing some actual inking, or some cleanup on the inks, and then coloring it as well. But I'm going to do one page at a time, not all the way to color, but at least through the inking process. So thanks for popping in. Hope you were doing well. I'm gonna draw this mermaid in just a second, but I want to work on this one because this one is, I think, gonna be a little bit tougher. So I'm doing traditional inking right now, but when I scan it in, I'll probably do some touch-up digitally. Oh, that's awesome. Just so full transparency, I know nothing about creating comics, so like this is more me like learning, like on the job type thing. So, but that's really awesome, man. So I have a handful of different ones. I got some of these artist lofts. I'm not a fan of these. I don't know if, maybe if you can see them. I'm not a fan of these at all. Wait, there we go. These, but these, I really like these. So these Sanford design pencils. This is an HB, so it can draw really light, but it can also draw really dark. And then of course I have my trusty kneadable eraser. This is only part of it. You know how they fall apart. Oh, best way to learn? Yeah. It's funny because like I tend not to draw stuff that makes me uncomfortable, that I'm not comfortable drawing. And this whole page I was not comfortable drawing, so I had to like kind of research each of these frames. Like I'm not really great with foreshortening. I'm not fantastic with hands. I can do them a little bit, but as you notice, I do a lot of fists. Expressions on the face, I'm not super comfortable with. But, you know, the only way to get better is to kind of do it, right? Sanford makes some nice gear. Yeah, I really like their pencils. The only thing is, with the HB, I don't know if it's because it's a softer lead, I have to sharpen it, because I need a very fine point when I'm doing this sort of stuff, because a lot of it has a lot of detail. So, I have to keep sharpening it. So, honestly, I want to try a mechanical pencil, but I don't know. We'll see. And I have very shaky lines, so because I tend to draw really tight as opposed to with my arm. So sometimes they're shaky. That's precisely why I'm probably going to clean this up in Photoshop. Hold on, Dawnbringer. I'm not sure why it timed you out. Hold on one sec. I don't see any. Yeah, I don't know why it timed you out, Dawnbringer. Sorry about that. I think it thought you were posting too much. Oh, no worries, no worries. Yeah, if you post a link, Twitch doesn't like that. Or, more accurately, our StreamBot doesn't like that for some reason. One thing I'm really trying to get better at is like line weight, like varying my line weight. That's so tough because I never know when to do it. Depth of objects when you are first learning. Okay, because that's what I did up here. So like, so I'm using Micron to ink. I had an 8, which is the thickest one I have, which is what I'm using now. But I use that for the kiddos, and then I use the 1 weight, which is a lot thinner for the background. So this game closer, I have a heavier. Okay, cool. That's the rule of thumb that I've been using. So that's good to know that that's accurate. Figure the lines, spell check is. Oh, it's all good, man. I got what you. I think I got what you mean. Doing all 3 aspects of a comic is super difficult. Yeah, I realized the second I started how much time this was going to take. Because this is the, oh, where'd it go? So this was the thumbnail I did. So my wife and I went through the whole comic and thumbnail. There's 26 pages. I thumbnailed the whole thing. So you can see, like, the progression from thumbnail to everything. Like, I switched this around a little bit, and so yeah. So my story, or my wife's story rather, because she's the one who wrote it, is about our kids. So we're kind of doing this for them, like it's a comic for them. And So the gist is they're kind of ungrateful because they have these toys and they don't play with them, and they just kind of leave them around, and they are always complaining about wanting more toys. And they have a toy room, so they start leaving these toys around, and a monster comes in and starts stealing the toys. So I'm gonna find a picture of the monster that I drew. So the monster comes in and starts stealing all the toys, and so they kind of have to go to the monster's lair, fight him, and free the toys. So this is the like a kind of concept of the monster, whatever. It might change just a tad, but that's the gist of it. So, but yeah, so they go to the lair. They meet a couple superhero people that kind of help them, and like a fairy. And yeah, they go in and wreck shop, and they learn a valuable lesson about being grateful, and all sorts of good stuff. So yes, Monsters Love toy. I see you guys took in a couple of guys. Yeah. So we're good friends with Dr. Baron Bell and Daniel Hancock, and they've been on our stream a couple of times. So we normally have a stream on Sundays normally. That's kind of our normal stream. That's like where we kind of chat about geek stuff, and they've been on that stream a handful of times. So yeah, they're good friends of ours. Really good dudes. So right now, I am super into anime, so I'm kind of doing this like anime action line type thing. They brought me on to draw for Border. Oh, dude, that's awesome! I remember they were talking about Border Wars. That looks awesome. So I'm gonna give you props if you are in charge or working on that in any particular fashion, shape, or fashion. It looks awesome. Because we reviewed Dominion, we reviewed, each issue singly. That's not a word, but you know what I mean. By itself, and we also reviewed the trade back volume 1. So yeah, very, very familiar with that. Very interested to see what you guys do with that Border War stuff. Alright, I'm gonna erase some of this. I will say, I got a look at the cover to Border Wars, and it looks super epic. My work at Rob Stott's art. Oh, okay. I'm gonna have to look that up. I'm gonna write it down so I don't forget it. Okay. Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay. So I'll chill with the angle then. I won't make it this. I won't make it so tilted anymore. Because I tried to make it a little in perspective, but I think I might have fudged it a bit, so it's actually a really good tip. Try not to get any tangents either. I've never done anime speed lines, so this is probably way off. Yeah, I know. I don't have a large format scanner right now, so scanning an 11 by 17 piece of paper is going to be super difficult for me. Alright, and what I'm going to do with this is when I color this, I'm just going to kind of fade this in. So I'm going to have a hard cutoff right here, but this is going to be kind of faded in a little bit. And I'm probably going to add all these buttons on digitally because I can do ellipses better in Photoshop than I can by hand, obviously. Doing all three of the art elements of a comic is super daunting, like to draw your characters traditionally and backgrounds digitally. Yeah, so like I've been so I prefer to draw traditionally because I have a really hard time. This is what I have. This is a really old Wacom, and it works. It's fine, it works. But I have a really hard time getting accurate lines when I draw on Wacom. So like I always try to start traditionally and then scan it in and clean up the line work and everything like that and color it. Draw you comic in half more than trust me to make it easier to scan work. Don't work 10 by 15 because ooh, is this 10 by 15? Yeah, you're probably right. Yeah, because like I tend to draw it super small and detailed anyway, so I don't need to blow it up to get more details because I'm assuming that's why they work. They work in this size, right? So I don't need to blow it up to get details. I'm pretty comfortable getting details with the way that I draw now. So any tips, man, for real? Any tips you have on the comic book creation process? I am all ears. I am a sponge. It's funny because Dr. Bell has said, like, anytime I want any tips or anything like that, just let him know. And, like, he's offered to come on the stream, like the art stream, because we have an art stream on Thursday nights. And, like, I'll be honest, I don't even know what to ask him. The live box on the left side. Oh, okay, got it. So, basically this part. That makes sense. Now I know the remote is in perspective because I kind of measured that out. I didn't really measure it out, but you know. That's one thing that I struggle with is backgrounds, man, because like a lot of times I'm somewhat comfortable with human, like I can draw the human figure and I feel pretty comfortable with it. But a lot of times mine just ends up being a character on a white piece or a white background, or a character with like a shadow underneath them, you know? And I'm just really intimidated by backgrounds, honestly. of stuff of him and his students as well on the digital arts. Oh, that's so cool. That is so cool. I've been researching a lot of stuff on YouTube, because YouTube just has so much cool stuff. And like, I've taken some courses on Udemy, I think is how you say it. And I actually went to school for art. Like, that was what I majored in. But we didn't do any digital art, like, because that really wasn't. I mean, I'm assuming it was a thing when I went to school, but it wasn't a thing. You know, it was mostly traditional stuff. If you want my help, send me your work via email. Oh man, I would absolutely love that. Are you on Discord by chance? Man, I would really, really love that. If you Ron, if you want to, you can send us a message on Twitch. Send me a message with your email, and I would love to connect with you offline. That would be so cool. Because I need all the help I can get, honestly. I'm traditionally trained, yes, on Discord. I am just 52. No, I don't care. It doesn't bother me. Here, I'm on Discord as well. Actually, I'll just put our Discord channel in here. We are our channel is on Discord, but I am also on Discord under the name Nitro. So basically nitrogen B. There we go. I would love to connect with you, for real. That would mean a lot. Alright. So, alright, I'm gonna finish this remote. Well, mostly finish the remote. Because, again, I'm not doing all these ellipses and all that stuff. Alright, so got the hand. I'm gonna be putting, actually, I gotta do the nails too. Forgot about the nails. Alright, now this one is gonna be a little difficult, so I'm gonna switch to this one real quick. And I think, from an anatomy perspective, if she's kind of puffing her chest out, folding her arms, I think her shoulders would be kind of more inset. So I'm gonna fix this real quick. Yeah, I like that better. And my wife's hair doesn't really look like this, so I'm gonna try to fix it a tad. If you, let me see. If you go to find, wait a minute. If you go in Discord and you go to the Friends tab, it should be on the left all the way to the top. If you go to Add a Friend and you type in, I think it's, think if you type that in the box where it says send a friend request, you should be able to find me. Alright, so now I'm going to start kind of inking this a little bit. Stop. Yep, still playing. No worries. If you go to our Discord chat, the thing that I popped in here, and you join our Discord community, I'll get a notification and I can just reach out to you. That way, if that works for you. The only thing is right now, since I'm not doing this digitally, I wish I could flip this image, so because I'm good with doing left-sided curves, but right-sided curves I have it's the smallest things, you know. Yeah, Ron, you type in, you type this into the, so, alright. So if you go into Discord, you press the top left icon, so it's your home icon. And if you click the friends section, it'll bring up an add friend page. If you type this into the search box, and then click send friend request, it'll shoot me a direct friend request. If you look, Ron, if you look in Discord, if you look down at your name all the way at the bottom, is there like should be a number beside it, like pound 9672? Or a pound and then a 4-digit code? For you, if you really want to improve how to draw expressive faces and hands. Okay, I'm gonna write this down. Yeah, I have a ton of reference books, like for drapery and definitely human anatomy, stuff like that. Discord is so weird. It's not letting me send this to you. Alright, hold on. Sorry, everybody. Just give me a sec. Alright, I know this is not exciting, everybody. There we go. I just sent you a friend request. So I'll show you the books that I have. So this is my book stack. Some of these I haven't really looked at a ton, and some of these I have. But this one I got for drapery. I still need to do a little research on this one, but this was the best book in drapery that I could find. We have this one, which is a really good anatomy book that I really like. This is probably one of my favorites. I got an inking book, which, man, I need a lot of work on my inking, but Drawing for All It's Worth. I haven't really looked at this one a whole lot. Of course, I've had this one. This is a new copy, but I've had this ever since I was little. Actually, I don't even remember this one, honestly. This is a character book. Another human anatomy book. And then this one. But yeah, so I have a ton of them. But I'll look up that one that you just said. Masters of Anatomy. Alright, so let me... And so my wife and I are kind of treating this as like practice, I guess, for lack of better words. She's never written a comic, and I've never drawn a comic. So this is kind of like our practice, you know? Perfect, got it. Alright, now this one, I'm a little less confident in this drawing, so I'm going to take a couple minutes to kind of refine this a bit. I don't normally draw cartoony like this. I mean, I guess this is considered cartoony, but I don't normally draw in this style. I wouldn't say I'm realistic per se, like my style is realistic, but it's not normally as, I guess cartoony is the lack of a better word. My comic book, do you read a lot of them? I do read a lot of comics. So our stream, basically, Cross, who's the other half kind of the stream that we started, him and I, we met at our local church, and we met through comics. Like, both of us really, really love comics. And I lean more towards the art side of the comics, and Cross has read way more comics than I have. I've been reading comics ever since I was little. I am half a year shy of 40, so I've been reading them ever since I was like less than 10, so 30 years at least. I don't know, like, I feel like, I don't know, that's a good question. I like the medium of comic book better. I think that the audience obviously skews slightly older. Yeah, I don't know. It's a good question. That's a good question. My wife, she's been writing ever since we got married. Like, she's a writer. That's what she does. And I've been drawing ever since we got married, and I love comics and she loves writing, so we always talked about doing a comic. yeah. Yes, I did. I responded back. I'm going to be sending you, if you're okay with it, I'm going to be sending you some of my most recent drawings that I've done. I would love to get your feedback. Just to give you a little bit of context, I mean, there's certain things that I struggle with from an art perspective. I fudge a lot of stuff because I'm not 100% confident with it. Like I'm thinking of drapery and hands, foreshortening, especially, and dynamic posing. I struggle with. Yeah. So. And like I said, a lot of times when I'm drawing a character, they end up just floating on a white background because I'm not comfortable doing backgrounds. So I guess that's another thing that I struggle with, is just backgrounds in general. So basically everything. So the goal here is to make it look like she's kind of like almost pulling her hair out. And I want her to kind of be freaking out, so I want like almost like the surprise look, you know? Oh man, that'd be great. Speaking of Cintiq, so my Wacom is 8 years old. My Wacom is 8 years old, and it's starting to crap out on me. So I'm looking to probably get an on-screen tablet, and I don't think I'm at the level where I feel comfortable spending like Cintiq money, but there's a handful of tablets that I've been looking at. Like Huion makes one, XP Pen makes one, but they're on screen. So I'm really tempted by that. Did you illustrate all that? Holy cow. Yeah, I'm gonna need to pick your brain. Man, this is awesome. I really appreciate I appreciate you doing that. I'm definitely gonna be reaching out. Alright, let's see. So I'm gonna... Need money for Cintiq, but it makes traditional to digital. Yeah. Yeah. It is awesome. It is awesome. So now, this book should mostly sell my fellow artists industry. I don't think. Okay. That's still sweet looking. That's awesome. I met one of my favorite comic book artists is Mark Bagley, because I grew up with his Spider-Man, and I went to a Comic-Con with my wife. We live on the East Coast, near Richmond, and we went to the Hampton one, I think, Hampton, Virginia, and I had no idea he was going to be there, and he was sitting at a table all by himself. So I bought one of his prints. It's Venom. It's up on my wall. It's Venom, Spider-Man, and it's actually right there. It's Venom, Spider-Man, and Carnage, and he signed it for me. That was really sweet. He's a really cool dude. I love the setup. Man, that's awesome. I absolutely love the setup. I'm loving this Cintiq, man. That's so sweet. That's the 24-inch. That's the biggin. I'm trying to get. My wife and I have been talking about building a house for a while, and I'm like, all right. So if we are gonna do this, I'm getting a studio. Like, I'm gonna have a studio. I'm like, it's gotta happen. So awesome. Holy cow. Man, that's awesome. Did you ink that too? That drawing is incredible. Guys, I wish you could see what I'm seeing. I feel very unequipped to be drawing in front of you right now. Just being super honest. Starting to get a little bit of stage fright. That's so awesome. I love it. so awesome. I was watching a lot of David Finch. He was talking about the feathering, like the cross hatching. Man, that's so cool. Yeah, see in that last one that you sent, like, she's just standing there, but the pose is dynamic. That's what I struggle with. That's awesome. That's so cool. That's so awesome. Yeah, I feel very unequipped right now to be drawing in front of you. That's so sweet. Feet is another thing that I struggle with, but I'm sure a lot of people struggle with that. You do not. Ooh, Wolvie. There we go. Alright, well, I've got to send you one of... Man, I feel embarrassed like sending this to you. Let me see. My line work is not as detailed as yours. It's super simple. I feel like I need a preface before I send this out to you. So one of these, I did a Spider-Man picture for one of our giveaways one time. And the background I actually did years ago. I was practicing perspective, and then I drew Spider-Man after the fact and added him in. Let me see. And then... let me see. Sorry, everybody. Okay, sweet. You know, like I don't know if you struggle with that, but I have like the imposter syndrome. You know, where like you in a vacuum you feel pretty good about yourself, but then you look at other people's stuff and you're like, holy crap. Alright, so this guy with the wolf is literally the last drawing I ever did. So this is the most recent. I colored it in Photoshop. I'm still working on how to color in Photoshop and stuff like that, so I'm not a huge fan of the pose. I feel like it was a little stiff and I kind of just went with it, so just... Yes, those are some of the latest ones. Yeah, I tried to start like inking like a traditional comic book inking on the Spider-Man, and then I kind of just gave up and went with soft shading in Photoshop. Hey, story retold. So the direction for the comic is it's actually a comic for our kids. It's kind of a practice for my wife and I. We've never done a comic before, so this is kind of a dry run for us. But we are so the kids. It's basically kind of like a lesson in a comic. So the kids have all these toys, and they're kind of like they're not really grateful for what they have. So they start kind of leaving their stuff around, or not cleaning up after themselves. So a monster, this dude, comes in from another realm, from his realm, and starts stealing the toys and taking them captive. So they have to go into his realm and fight him and take their toys back. And in the process, they learn how to be grateful for what they have, and they learn how to work together and all that stuff. So, yeah. But welcome. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. I looked up so many references. So I looked up it was a Komodo dragon. It was a Komodo dragon, a chicken, a lizard, and a dragon. So I really tried to I love drawing big, muscular dudes. It's just the thing I've had ever since I was little. So obviously I had to give him muscles. And I have the finished piece. I colored it, and I made it really gory. Probably way more gory than it's going to be in the actual comic. Hold up. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, here it is. His name is Grendel. This is him. So, let me see if I can zoom in a bit. So yeah, you zoom in, you can see I added scars to him and scales and spit and oh, sorry. Yeah, the music is kind of loud, isn't it? See if I can turn the mic up a tad. Grendel, Beowulf Grendel. So I added kind of just some details, some scars, some blood, and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, man, I'm excited with how it turned out. Yeah, he is kind of freaky. Well, my wife said to make him look scary, so I was like, all right. You asked for it. But I think for me, that's probably one of the coolest drawings I've ever done. I felt really good about that one. Thanks, man. I really appreciate it. And I am not a professional. This is our first comic. I have a full-time job. I don't do art full-time or anything like that. So you hand sketch it out on paper. Yep, that's at least my current workflow. It may or may not change in the future, but that's what I feel most comfortable with now. So. Alright, the more lines I put on the face, the less like a kid she's gonna look, so I need to chill out. Alright, I'm gonna start erasing some of this stuff. And what I can do is, when I scan this in, I can fix a lot of these line issues that I have. So yeah. So now I just need to draw this mermaid, which I'm not 100% confident in, so. Yeah, I was talking with Dawnbringer, who's in chat, who actually happens to be a professional comic book artist. I was talking with him about tools, and I've been researching. So I have this thing, which is, I don't know how familiar you are with this, but this is a Wacom. So basically, this does not have a display, so it's just black. So I draw on it, and it shows up on the screen. And you can do a lot of shortcuts with this, and it just makes drawing or coloring and stuff like that easier. But they have ones that have on-screen drawing, and that's what I would really like to do, because if I could, even though I love drawing traditional, if I could cut out a part of my workflow and make it a little bit more efficient, I'm all about that. So I've had a terrible time with Wacom tablets. Never could get the hang of it. Now I have a touchscreen laptop with a stylus, but not a pro artist either. Yeah, I can't get. At least for me, it's hard to get steady lines on a Wacom. I use Wacom mostly for like cleanup and coloring of work and painting. Yeah, so. So I'm going to come in and kind of just touch up some of these lines on all of this. Follow the artist for tips or inspiration. Also, I'm just a terrible texter. My type. Oh, it's okay. So I actually went to school for art, and one of my fellow classmates, who was 2 years above me, is actually a professional artist right now. And I'm trying to, let me see if I can get out of mod view. Hold on. If you want to follow a good illustrator, or at least from an illustration standpoint, we have Sorry, guys. I just went to his page and I was freaking out. Hey, Ron. If you want to send me your page, I would love to promote that right now, because you're incredible, and I would love to be able to show everybody your stuff. Justin Gerard is one. If you want to look him up. Oh, not Gerard. Gerard. There we go. Also, I watch a lot of I watch just a lot of random people on YouTube. David Finch is one. He's a professional comic book artist. He has really cool tutorials, especially on inking. Let's see. When it comes to backgrounds, try thinking like a cinematographer. Setting is a character as well. It informs us of the location and can provoke mood, unlike the people in your drawings. Emotion is different than location mood. Huh. Yeah, I love Justin. He's a really cool guy. Even in school, he was incredible, and he's just even more incredible now. So, and he has a really cool way of teaching things. Like, he's really good at teaching. Another guy that I went to school with, his name is Corey Godby. He's another excellent illustrator. Another one is Chris Coley. Chris Coley, I don't know, you might know him, Ron. So, sorry, I gotta get another book. Chris Coley was another dude I went to school with. He was in illustration. He actually illustrated the Book of Revelation, which is crazy. But like he has a very unique style to his stuff. But this thing is really, really awesome. And like it gets towards the end, and the colors start getting crazy. Like it's just really cool. All right, Story Retold. Thank you, man. Thank you for popping in. Rob, sorry, man. Sorry. Okay, cool. Sounds good. Finch is super nice. You worked the top cow. Ah, that's awesome. That's so cool. Alright, see you, Story Retold. Thanks for popping in, man. Really appreciate it. those of you who are still in stream, I wanted to put this in chat real quick. Rob is actually currently in chat. He stepped away for a second, but he popped in for tonight. He is actually a professional comic book illustrator. I feel very unqualified to be drawing for you guys tonight, but I wanted to promote his stuff. He's sending me some stuff through Discord, and he's just freaking incredible. His art is incredible. So, yeah. So you should definitely check that out. You should definitely check his stuff out. Alright, so now I gotta figure out how to draw this. Hey, what's up, WeAg Youth? Thanks for popping in. I think I know you guys. How's it going? We are just working on some comic book illustration tonight. We don't normally stream on Wednesdays, but, you know, we're doing it. We're doing it tonight. Hope you all are having a good evening. Thank you, appreciate it. So right now we're trying to work with line depth, and we are traditionally inking this comic. This is a comic that my wife and I are working on. Around here rather, we call her Mrs. Nitro, because I go by Nitro on stream, so. But we're working on a comic for our kids, and yeah, so I'm currently doing some illustrations for that. Yeah. So how are you doing tonight? All right. To be doing a little bit of erasing, if I can find my eraser somewhere. Oh, there it is. Okay, I'm gonna work on this bottom part a little more. That's supposed to be his hand. Alright, so I'll walk you through the comic first. So this was... I don't know if I can find it. I had the... I had the original draft page. I can't find it anywhere, so I'm not going to worry about it. But so the gist of the comic... Oh, here it is. Alright, so here's the original thumbnail sketch page that I did with my wife. So the gist is the comic is about our kids, and we're trying to teach them a lesson to be grateful for what you have. So the gist of the comic is the kids start getting ungrateful about their toys, and they start wanting more toys, and they start leaving toys around and wanting stuff that they see on television as opposed to what they already have. And then this monster comes into their playroom and starts stealing their toys. So they have to go into said monster's realm and fight him and get back the toys. And in the process, they learn how to work together and they learn how to be grateful for what they have. So this was the original thumbnail of page 1. So it starts out with Lily and Adam, who's our kids, looking at the TV, kind of looking like zombies. The camera flips around and shows what's on TV, which is a mermaid toy. Lily freaks out saying, "I want that." And then Miss Nitro comes in and turns the TV off. And Lily and Adam proceed to then freak out, and then Miss Nitro is just not having any of it. So yeah. So right now I am just shoring up these lines, making sure they're really nice and beefy. So right now I'm coming in and just adding in little kind of accent lines, detail lines, if you will. I'm going to come in and make these lines a little bit bigger. I don't know if this is as satisfying for you guys as it is for me, but I love drawing with a ruler. I don't know why. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. I'm trying. I'm trying, man. I beefed up the lines a bit on the outline of the characters that are in the foreground, and I like it a lot better. Sorry I kept calling you Ron. I feel like a jerk. Almost done with this page. I might just add a couple more like small details on some of the characters. Because I'm not going for like a DC or a Marvel or like a hardcore inking, like shadows and all that stuff. What's up, Mallet? We're still working on the comic tonight that my wife and I started, so that's what we're working on tonight. want to get super detailed with this, but all right. So I'm taking up this apron. Oh, I know what I can do. I can add the necklines. No, didn't mean to do that. Shoot. Right, I'm gonna leave that alone because I'll draw. I'll just keep drawing it. I'm gonna have a design on her shirt and his shirt. I'm just not gonna draw them right now because I haven't decided what I want to put on them. All right, so I think for the moment I feel like I'm good with this. We're gonna start on the second one. Just gotta find it. If I can find it, I'll put it up on the screen. I think I did it digitally. Just give me a sec. I'll put this one up top right here for reference. Come on. Alright, so looking for the comic. So page 2 storyboard. Alright, this one's gonna be a little difficult. Let me merge these layers. Alright, so I'm going to paste an image. Actually, let me save this as an image real quick. Alright, now that I got that saved. Nope. Close out of that. Alright, I'm going to insert an image real quick into the scene so you can see what I'm working with. Oop, I don't need it that big. Don't want to cover up my beautiful face, but here, I'll put it right there. Alright, so, alright, let me actually maximize this so you can see it a bit. Alright, so in this page, so she's basically, in the previous page, she was like, okay, I'm getting kind of sick of this, Miss Nitro was. So she basically is telling them to go to their playroom. So they go to their playroom, and this is a huge top panel with them sitting in the midst of toys. And then this panel is Adam saying, I don't have anything to play with, and this one is Lily basically saying the same thing. And then the next frame, you have him jumping on the couch with toys flying everywhere. And then he's in timeout. And then my wife acts like she's waving a magic wand, and Lily says cute. And then she goes, I tried, okay? So I'm gonna need to look at a lot of reference for this because well, first off, let's panel this out, at least at a high level. So, this is, let me see. Let's see how tall this is. This is 12. So 13 and a half, I think. I think this is right around this. This should be the middle. So I'm going to be doing basically like this. So that's the top panel. We'll have two panels of equal This is so much easier digitally. Right now, like I said, I'm just kind of boxing it out where I want the, the panels a little bit, and then so we'll have a big panel right here. So let me draw that. That's way off. Now we're going to cut this in half. So this is, let me see, this is about 6 1/4, so we want 3 1/8. Well, let's just do 3. So that's basically this page paneled out. Oh, I got to do the ones up top, but probably an easier way to do that, but you know, it is what it is. So I'm gonna come in here with some ink. Start inking these out. Extremely tedious. Whew. It's killing my arm. Alright, so that's this page. Wow, sorry, I didn't realize the image was still that big. My bad, guys. So that is this page paneled out. So we can see we've got the big panel up here, the two smaller panels, the big panel, which is this one, and then the two over on the right hand side. So, oh man, I am actually not gonna get started on these tonight. I think I might call it a night. I got way more done than I thought I was gonna get done. So I really appreciate everybody hanging out tonight. I didn't really think anybody was gonna show up because this was like a last minute stream. Rob, if you're still in chat, I would love to keep connecting with you, man. Any help that I can get on my art, I would greatly appreciate. For those of you who don't know, Rob Stotts, I believe is that if you pronounce your name, Rob Stotts, who is a professional illustrator. He's illustrated for comic book companies. He's a professional illustrator. He's in the house. He's in the house, and he's been kind of hanging out and helping me and giving me some tips and stuff. So I really appreciate it. I really appreciate everybody hanging out. This is kind of crazy. So going through this comic book creation process for the first time ever is very scary and daunting. So yeah, it helps to know people that have been through the process and can help me through that. So I really appreciate everybody hanging out tonight. Like I said, as always, I really appreciate everybody hanging out. It means a lot to me, and I love just hanging out and talking and drawing. So if you are not already following us on Discord, we would love to kind of hang out outside of stream and talk to you and stuff. We talk about all sorts of geek, nerdy stuff. So if that's your thing, if that's your bag, we're here for you. Also, if you are on social media and you do that sort of thing, we do have a bunch of links that I'm going to just spam out to you right now. If you would be so gracious to follow us, if that's your bag, we would love to have you as part of our community. So let's go ahead and raid Artsy Bible Nerd. And if you can hang around, please do show Artsy Bible Nerd some love. If not, no worries. I really do appreciate every single one of you. And remember, it is a great week to be a geek. I love you all. Let's go ahead and raid. Shoot. Yep. I need to type raid. Not red or ray. Raid. There we go. Alright. And you can use these emoticons when you pop in there. So, you are burdened with glorious porpoise. See you guys. Love you.
Zero miedo.
I got no fear.
Zero miedo.
I got it here.
Zero miedo.
Now I can cheer.
Zero fear. Zero fear.